Actually, I gotta tell you the truth, you know, we were so damn tired today. Because yesterday was Hungary, today is Slovenia, tomorrow we go to Norway. And sometimes, you know, that rings I made it reasonable, but we need times of reflection, you know. So I think the mountains is something very spiritual. I just like to be surrounded by the mountains. I like the riverside, I just like that area, you know, and it gives me a vibe, it gives me an inspiration. So what Ring said to me, like, man, this place has a very calm spirit, you know, it's like we get really smooth, you know. And when I never smoke no weed, because I don't smoke weed no more, but I kind of feel like, yeah, you know, it's just very mellow, man. So that's the inspiration. I didn't really see nothing from the festival yet, because you know we went to the hotel and we ate some good food and was walking around and check out the area a little bit. But yeah, it's just nice to be back, you know, because was it 10 years ago? I think it was 10 years ago, and I had wonderful memories, you know, because yes, river splash, yes. So, you know, I'm just very thankful that the people embrace my music. And I remember everybody was singing the lyrics. Everybody just gave me so much love, you know, because it's the community of strangers when people come together. And what's the other question again?
Just some highlights of the tour.
Oh, highlights of the tour. I mean, that wouldn't be fair to the other moments, you know, if I name certain highlights. But you know, I'm just very, very thankful that I got the opportunity to do music and see so many places. I mean, this festival tour with Daddy Rings is just amazing right now. And we also have some wonderful background singers with us who also perform solo songs. Sherita Lewis, she's from Jamaica and she did most of the backings on my album. So she's here with us tonight, she's going to sing a song. And then Trisha, she have an album out right now. So we're going to hear some very diverse music tonight, and yeah, and the tea is nice too, you know. Yeah, so that's a lot of questions, you know. Oh, all right. So what is my part? So it's all equal, you know?
Yeah, but since we have a very short time, we'll let the audience do some questions also. So please don't be shy. If you have some questions, just raise your hand, introduce yourself, and go ahead.
Well, yeah. What I gotta say is since you don't ask me nothing, then I'm gonna tell you something. I am just very happy that Daddy Rings is with me, you know, because what people sometimes don't know, Daddy Rings did inspire me over the years, you know. I wouldn't even go so far without Daddy Rings, I wouldn't be here.
Since because live with the Paris band.
Yes, you know, and he's a big inspiration for me when it comes to songwriting, when it comes to performance, when it comes, you know, we share a lot, you know. So we have to give thanks. So Daddy Rings is going to perform a couple of the songs of his new album that's going to be released. I produced the album, so it's going to come out next year.
Great. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can move and talk about a little bit about the MTV Unplugged, which is an amazing project. I would like to know how the idea came about, and I imagine that it was like a really intense work, like arranging all the tracks, the music, and recruiting all the musicians, an entire orchestra, and then recruiting also like putting together all the featurings of the album. So please tell us something about it.
Well, you know, I'm a fan of this MTV Unplugged series. You know, my favorite album is Lauren. MTV Unplugged, you know. So when they called me and said they want to do an Unplugged album, I was really honored and I felt very grateful. And first of all, I thought like, okay, we just sit there with some acoustic guitars and that's it, you know. But it was so complex, the whole project, because we were more people on stage actually than in the audience. You know, we were 20 people, and Unplugged is not like. It's just acoustic guitar and some congos, you know. It's like there is no effect boards between the guitar and the amplifier, and everything is very natural. So it's just natural instruments, you know. So we had like 8 strings. We had like a percussion player, you know. We had wonderful guests like Shaggy was there, Kimani was there, Marlon Rudet, Chris Martin, Tanya Stevens, you know. So the whole vibe, we did rehearsal 2 weeks in the same room, you know. It was a spiritual experience, you know, to record this project. And when I listened to the album, I just love the sound, you know, and I really don't listen to a lot of my own music, but this album, it's nice, you know. Yeah, it's a nice album.
So simple is nice,
Yeah.
but actually not simple. I'd like to know, did you transpose also some of the ideas of the Unplugged into the live with the Evolution band, like for example the beautiful ska version of To The Top?
Yeah. But I won't really talk about the show, man. You're gonna see it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, just be there and watch the show.
Okay, skip to the other page.
It's like, what are you gonna do on stage?
Okay. So you mentioned that you have another album in a work in progress for the next year.
You know, I mean, like we always manifest ideas. So I don't know when it's coming out.
Okay, but I'd like to know, like starting from your previous full-length album, New Day Dawn, which really impressed me at the time it was released because of the positive feeling that it was like, the main message was a message of a hope, basically. Like, I can imagine the song itself, New Day Dawn, and some other songs like Another Drama, which is basically about the Arab Spring and all the revolutionary movements that spread in North Africa and Middle East around 2011. So I would like to know, you gave us such a very positive perspective about the world at the time and the social and geopolitical situation. What are your feelings now and what you will try to convey us in your next album?
It's nice when you see like a positive perspective, but I gotta tell you the truth, man. You know, Bob Marley, he was talking about one love, you know, and I think one love is a wonderful idea, but there's no one love, you know. There's so much animosity, there's so much darkness and so much wickedness in this world, you know. People seem like they repeat history over and over again, you know. There's so many people that suffer right now. And you see the whole issue with the refugees is something what really, it hurts me, you know, because it's something where if a man got to leave his family, you know, he might not even, you know, he might not even be a swimmer, and he go on this boat and he leave his family and leave his surrounding because he said, I don't want to wait until change is going to happen, I want to take it in my own hands. And then he reached somewhere and then the next struggle continues, you know what I mean? So right now, man, this world is bubbling and we need to hold on to this idea of one love, but if I look around, there's no one love, you know.
No solidarity.
There's no solidarity. But I believe in balance too, because wherever there's darkness, there must be light, you know. So there's also, we live in 2015 and we're still around and we still make babies and we still laugh and we still make music, you know. Because when I looked at some movies back in the 80s, you know, in 2015, everything looked like devastated, you know, and there was no more trees and nothing, you know. So it's always two sides. But when you ask me that question, I don't know, you know. It seems like humanity is just repeating the same mistakes over and over again. But what I know for sure that music makes this world a brighter place, you know. Without music, this world would be so much darker, you know. I don't know if we can change the world, but we definitely can make it sweeter, you know, and make it more like we, you know, able to deal with certain situations.
Yeah, man. So, I invite you again, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And yeah, I have one question going back to music, which I would like to extend also to the other rings. Right now in Jamaica, there is this phenomenon which is called the reggae revival, that many argue is just a media-driven phenomenon, you know, because artists argue that actually roots music has always been alive and well in Jamaica. There's no problem about it, it's just the media that needs something to talk about. So I would like to know what's your opinion about these new, very young and talented artists that are now under the umbrella of reggae revival, and yes, what is your opinion about this movement and their music?
Yes, I think them set a promise for the younger generation, you know what I mean? There's hope, because what the media feed to the people is what the people learn. So now that these young artists come up with the roots and the vibe that Bob used to have, Peter Tosh used to have, you understand? And now make the younger generation, because the younger generation follow them and see them. You know, so it's a good thing for me. I think it's good. Yeah, man.
And do you think that also, like, you as artists, which have a much longer career than these younger Jamaican artists, can learn something can take some inspiration from their work?
Well, I always take inspiration because a child can teach the nation.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it doesn't really matter who bring forward the works. Once the
Exactly.
work is done, it is there. You understand? So we can learn from it.
Okay.
No matter how old you are or how young you are. Yeah.
Okay, always talking about Jamaica is another question I like to ask. It's about the journey to Jah. Because you know I'm Italian, and when we talk about
I can hear it,
music,
yeah. Even though you don't do this, but
sorry. Promise
but
myself
that's
not
a
to do it
cliche, right? But do you do it naturally sometimes? Like, is it
like this.
Yeah.
This means like, what do you want, or something like this. Yeah, there is this movie, Journey to Jah, released a few years ago with the National Proud of Reggae Music for Italian, which is a good friend of yours, I think. And I would like to know something about this project, because it's really an amazing work, which takes very different topics. It goes from music and then to Jamaica and then to life itself. So how the idea came about?
Actually, the movie, I think that they took 7 years, you know. Yeah, not like 7 years, but with interruption.